Starting out as a freelancer can be super overwhelming, so I've put together in this video the 3 steps that you need to take to actually start generating revenue as a freelancer. Hey, my name is Sher. I'm the owner of the Sher agency. We make websites and we've been doing it for about 6 years now. And in this video, I'm gonna teach you about some of the things that I've learned building websites for clients and how I got started building up my freelance portfolio and how you can do the same. This first tip is actually something that I'm gonna recommend to you not to do and something to do instead, right? So what I'm gonna tell you not to do is don't worry about your personal branding. So many people who are interested in starting this business, and whether they're doing branding, whether they're doing logo design, web design, whatever it is, they spend all of their time focusing on the little details of the way that they're gonna present themselves as a professional brand. And I understand that that's very appealing. And I think it's appealing for a number of reasons. The majority of the time though, what I see is people are afraid to actually go out and start selling and representing themselves as a business. So they spend all of the time focusing on what they already know how to do, which is creating logos, their business card, their website, whatever it is, right? They spend all this time worrying about how they're gonna present themselves when really what matters is how they actually execute on their first couple of projects. Instead of focusing on that, what I recommend that you do instead is go get your first project. If you don't have any clients, work for free. Focus on building up your portfolio of work rather than designing your portfolio. There's a key distinction there, and one of them is you're actually jumping into the water. You're not getting ready on the edge of the pool, you're jumping in and figuring out if you can swim or not. And that is worth infinitely more than 100 fictitious projects that you could do for 100 fictitious clients. Do one real project for free if you have to, because that's worth so much more, and it's gonna give you a taste of what this industry is actually like, rather than the design skill set that you think you need to build up in order to get started. Just get started. Don't worry about the prep. So my second tip for you is to post your projects on your personal social media sites. Don't go create a professional one because no one follows your professional one. Use your personal social media accounts that your friends and family already follow. Because when you start posting about your projects, suddenly everyone who follows you and knows you is gonna know what you do for a living. And people more often than not wanna support their friends and family. Now I know you're probably thinking, I'm afraid of what my friends are gonna think. Or if you're not thinking that explicitly, there's like that thing in the back of your head that's like, oh, I don't want to look like a poser. I don't want to look like I'm trying to be something that I'm not. And that's absolutely fine. I've totally wrestled with that. I remember when I first started my company, I was in a fraternity, I was in college, and I was afraid to post on social media because I didn't want people to make fun of me for doing stuff. But now looking back, I realize how silly that was, because when I first started posting, people were supportive of me. Your friends want you to succeed if they're good friends, and if they're bad friends, then who cares what they think? For the most part, what you'll find is that the people that support you outweigh the people that hate on you. And I'll tell you what else outweighs people that hate on you: checks from paying clients. I remember I posted this one Facebook ad about, how to generate leads for your business or something. I was getting a bunch of hate from my friends about it because the lighting was terrible or something. I don't know, I screwed up. It was my first video. And as soon as I got like a $10,000 project from that Facebook ad, all of those little comments from people hating on me faded away. They didn't care. I don't care at all anymore. I remember I even snapped on someone. I'm like, yeah, so how much money did you make hating on that video? I'll tell you how much I made from that video. And that shut him up real quick. So you don't have to be that sassy about it, but my third tip is to get on platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and TopTal. These are great sources of business when you're first starting out. Now, the key here is to actually spend time on one platform at first, because these platforms have momentum. The more jobs you get, the more credibility you have as a freelancer. I personally have spent a lot of time working on Upwork, and now that's a great source of business for my agency. If you want to do that, you have to start out willing to accept some of the lower paying jobs. You're not going to be able to get 5, 10, 15 grand projects right off the bat on Upwork. You're going to need to work and grind until you get your reputation high enough that people with that kind of budget are willing to consider you. Now, this is also good because you don't really want to start out with those high paying clients that expect a certain level of quality from you. You're going to work your way up to being able to deliver that level of quality. Even if you think you are already, like as a creative, quite talented, you need to be able to be that talented as a business person as well. That's the difference between going from being a creative expert into being a business person. It's a bit of a mindset shift, and you can really only achieve it by doing as many projects as possible, working on your communication abilities, your project management skills, and everything else that comes with freelancing. Another tip that I have for you is to be creative with your proposals. For example, on Upwork, you send proposals to people and they respond to them if they're interested. When you send those proposals, be really creative with how you position yourself. I use video in my proposals using a tool called Loom in order to make myself stand out and make myself more memorable. Other people use PDFs or blogs that they've written. Be really creative about how you're gonna position yourself. Don't overthink it, but definitely execute and make something really cool that your clients will remember you for. So in summary, the 3 steps that you need to take in order to be successful as a freelancer are: 1, don't stress about your personal branding. Instead, focus on getting your first few projects and executing on them. 2, post about your projects on your personal social media because your friends and family also want you to succeed. And 3, get serious about platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, TopTal, and other freelancing platforms as a great way to start getting new business. I hope this has been helpful to you. If so, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.